Hello, princesses, and welcome back to Not Fit for Print Beauty with me, Rebecca. Today we have TMT. What's TMT? Ladies and gentlemen, it's too much Tarte. Or is it? I don't know. You're going to have to tell me if this is too much Tarte, what I'm affectionately calling TMT. Don't adjust your screen. I do have a bunch of different makeup looks on here. I am wearing so much different makeup on different sides of my face. Because we're going to test this all out. Okay, so the deal is, I don't know what's happening over at Tarte. I don't know if their innovation department took a long winter's nap and then kind of woke up and went, we better get on with it. I don't know. I have never seen so many releases from one brand. I can't even keep up with it. So a week or so ago, and I'll link this review below, I'm wearing it today, but we don't talk about it really in this video. But a week or so ago, we talked about their brand new powder foundation. I'll link that review below. It's beautiful. Honestly, it's beautiful. We also talked about their new Tartelette tubing mascara. They can't keep this stuff in stock. Also wearing it today. Won't be spoken about in this video, but we reviewed it, and I'll link that review below. This is all within the past few weeks. They had their Glow Bronzer that was released in the past few weeks. Not talking about that in this video, but I do have a review up, and I'll post that below. I get a lot of compliments on this. Cheap packaging, beautiful product inside, so check that out. And that's just in the past few weeks. So then, all of these other products started being released, and I was going to split them up into separate videos to give them their due, but to be honest with you, that would be TMTV, Too Many Tarte Videos. So I have shoved all of this stuff into one video. That's why I kind of, you have to watch like this. I have so many mismatched things on my face. Let me tell you what we're talking about, and I'll tell you what's missing, because there's another new release I didn't even realize I hadn't picked up. Okay, so today, and we're going to swatch them all in two different lights and try all these different products on, so bear with me here. We are going to be talking today about the Tarte Sea Breezy eyeshadow palette. Let me show you it in the pan. This is $32 for 6 really beautiful, dreamy matte and satin shades. Not too glittery, but absolutely beautiful. $32, limited edition. I have it linked below, and we're going to try it on, and we will also swatch it so you can take a look at it. It goes along with the Tarte Sea Breezy Cream Cheek Duo. When I did my cream bronzer roundup a week or so ago, I mentioned that this was being released and wasn't with me yet, but I just didn't want to hold the video till this came, but it is a cream bronzer. Now, it is a repeat shade, so there's 2 of these. The one that I picked up, as you might be able to see here, the blush is Pink Sands and the bronzer is Seychelles. It's a cream bronzer and a cream blush, but they are repeats. It's the first time they appear together, though. And the other color story is also repeats with Berry Bliss as the blush and Grace Bay as the bronzer, the cream bronzer. But they're repeats, just the first time they're together. And what you won't be seeing up here also from the Sea Breezy collection, you know, this kind of oval pretty packaging, is the Sea Breezy Cream Blush and Bronzer Duo, also $35. I'll show it on screen. That has 2 shades of blush in it. And I didn't even know that was released, so I didn't pick that up, but it's also new. Honestly, this doesn't stop. Then we're also going to look today at the Tarte Mini Clay Play To Go palette. 21 bucks for such beautiful, that's what's on this side of my face. You'll see it in a few minutes. We got a highlighter, a kind of a duochrome blush, and a powder bronzer in there. You'll see some swatches of it too. And we're going to look at my favorite thing in the world right now. And I'm not joking, by the way. This is the Tartelette Jewel Eye Palette. This little fella is so beautiful and so glamorous and is, wait for it, $21. You're kidding me. $21. So beautiful. Nice little mirror. Nice little pretty packaging. And we're going to try that on as well. Last but not least, like seriously, it keeps going. Like what? Okay, last but not least, we have the Tarte Juicy Glow Pen. This is $25. And this is, basically, it's got a little clicky click at the bottom. And it's just a little highlighter stick that clicks up. You can put it on your eye, you can put it on your face. We're going to put it on our face today because we've got enough stuff to put on our eyes. You could use this wherever you want, and it just blends really beautifully. It is a cream, so it's not a liquid when it pumps up, but it's a cream highlighter stick to use however you want. You want to put a little on the Cupid's bow, you want to put it on the inner corner of the eye, wherever you want, multi-use of course, and that is quite lovely. And I did want to mention that right now QVC, as you know, are the kind of the queens of Tarte, and they always include a brush. If you purchase the Tarte Juicy Glow pen with the Maracujá Creaseless Concealer, this is kind of an oldie but a goodie, you can get the two for $42, and they give you this fun little dual-sided concealer and highlighter brush, which is kind of unique and nice. Actually, I've used it. It's really nice. This, I'll just tell you, I'm wearing the Maracujá Creaseless Concealer in this video. We're not going to talk about it because it's not exactly a new product. It's an interesting concealer. It's a medium consistency in terms of, you know, if you put Pat McGrath on one side of the spectrum as like the thickest, and say Giorgio Armani Power Fabric or the Saie, S-A-I-E concealer as the thinnest and most viscous. This is kind of in the middle in terms of coverage, and this is a sticky concealer, which sounds disgusting. I don't mean it that way. What I mean is it kind of likes to stay where you place it. It's a little bit more gummy, so it's not so fluid as some of the lighter ones on the other side. So if you kind of like a medium concealer that kind of it's not as spreadable, so this is really actually quite good for little blemishes that you just want to stick a drop on and just kind of pat it in. But I used it in this video, but I just wanted to let you know. What? It's amazing. What are they doing over there? Can you imagine if I had divided this into more than one video as I was going to originally? I mean, we'd be here, it would be like the Tarte channel. And I'm not the Tarte channel. They don't pay me. My goodness. All right, let's take a look at some swatches, both inside and outside. Okay, so inside in studio lighting, let me tell you what we got first. First, I'm going to show you the Jewel eye palette on the left, followed by that blush palette. So it goes in the swatch. You're going to see that it goes highlighter, blush, bronzer, and of course all 6 shades from this lovely little $21 palette. That's $42 worth of makeup on that arm, which is pretty darn good for high-end makeup, and it's all absolutely beautiful. I don't know what Tarte's doing. I'm acting like they're doing something wrong. Clearly they're doing something right. They just have this like burst of creativity. I don't know what's happening with them. And we'll look at that outside in just a moment, but let's first go to the other swatches of the other new products. So then above it on my arm here in studio lighting, we have the Sea Breezy eye palette. And then we have the Sea Breezy Cream Cheek Duo above it that I also purchased, which is the blush is Pink Sands and the bronzer is Seychelles. There is another version of those. Please remember that the cream bronzer and cream blush are repeats from the Tarte collection, and that you can also get that blush and bronzer with a blush duo, which I didn't pick up. And then we also have the highlighter. Let me go back to that. We also have the highlighter there all the way in the end. The closest one to my wrist is the stick highlighter, which is called the Juicy Glow pen. That's the $25 product. Let's take all of those swatches outside into the hot California sunshine. I usually say warm, but it is summer here in full blast. So take a look at that on my arm. Up top, as you know, we have the Sea Breezy eye and Sea Breezy blush and the highlighter stick, the little highlighter pen. And beneath that, we have the Jewel eye palette and the mini Play to Go palette. That's a lot. Plus, don't forget, very recently we had the powder foundation, very recently we had the Glow powder bronzer, and very recently we had this Tarte mascara, which I love, and I guess everybody loves it. It doesn't perform like a typical tubing mascara. It doesn't kind of come off in strips, you know, like tubing mascara does, but it's really, really good. I really like it, and I will put those reviews below. It might just be TMT. You guys will have to tell me after the demo, so stay right there. Let's do a bit of a comparison, kind of dividing the face in half, because we have enough products to do both sides of the face, if that makes sense. Let's put the Tarte Jewel eye palette here, and the Mini Clay Play to Go cheek palette here. Now this one, yeah, this one has its own highlighter, so that's good. And then on this side of the face, we will do the Sea Breezy and the brand new multi-use highlighter kind of pen, okay? All right, on my face, I will tell you now, I do have the also new Tarte powder foundation, which I will put a review up for. And I'm already wearing, I cheated a little bit, and I'm already wearing the brand new Tarte mascara. I did not wear the bronzer. We got 2 other bronzers to try, but that review is up. Okay, so let's just do cheeks first. Let's do that first on each side. So this is the brand new, as you know, we have our brand new Mini Clay Play to Go cheek palette. So let's bronze with it first. This is all powder, of course, so I'm going to use my Sonia G bronzing brush, and let's just go in with that first and just warm this side of the face only. I'm just going to do kind of the perimeter and kind of into the whole face and that side of the nose. So there we go. We have our bronzed side and nothing, of course, on this side yet. And then we'll go in with a Wayne Goss for this number 11, and let's get some color on the cheeks, which you have seen this swatched already. This is a really kind of pretty duotone-y. This kind of is its own highlighter. This comes with a highlighter, but frankly, I'm not entirely sure why. It doesn't really need it. It's kind of a blush and a blush topper in one, and I'm just doing that a little bit overboard just so you guys can really see. Taking the same brush, the other side of the same number 11 brush, into the highlighter that comes right there with it, which is a very pretty golden shade. Let me see if you can see it a little better. Okay, and then a little bit here, there. Okay, now on the other side of the face, let's see what we got here with our cream products. Okay, so this is going to be, and for that I brought over my favorite cream bronzer brush. Who knew? The Charlotte Tilbury brush. I'll link it below. It's really good. I got 2 of them. That's how much I like it. Okay, so let's try this cream bronzer here on this side of the face. I am getting to be an expert at applying cream bronzer because, goodness me, we have had so many of them released. This is the lighter of the 2 shades, which I don't mind because I can really kind of go crazy with it. This brush blends it really well. Let me fix my eyebrow there. Okay, bronzed up. Then we need to do a cheek color. So for that, I will grab a, let's see, we got here a Wayne Goss brush number 1. And let's go ahead and just apply that to the cheeks. In fact, what I think I might do is sometimes with a cream blush like this, I like to first use my fingers just a little bit, just to dab gently. So I'm going to be a little bit off balance here, as I like to say, but that's okay. You guys get the idea. And let me just kind of overdo it a bit so you can see the color. This is the lighter of the 2, but it builds very nicely, and I think still gives a really nice shade on the cheeks and a really nice shine there, even though we have not done yet the highlighter. Okay, so this one does not come with a highlighter. The other palette that I showed you a little photo of earlier, that one has 2 different cheek shades, but I picked up the one with only one. Let's take a look at this highlighter pen here. This is an interesting little guy. So you click it up from the bottom, and I'm just going to do that, and then gently, because you know we're talking about the skin around the eyes, gently tap the product in, and a little bit over the eyes, and gently. That's pretty. That's a really nice little highlighter pen. You could even use this in the inner eye. We got enough for the eye, so we're not going to today. But you could use it on the inner eye. You could even use it on the lid of the eye if you're doing something simple. And I have to tell you guys that for summer, I'm really tending to do like a little bit of blush and bronzer, and then maybe some of that same blush and bronzer on the eyes. I don't do a lot of complicated shadow looks on my eyes in the summer. It just doesn't seem worth it to me. So this would be really nice for that. But today we do have more complicated shadow looks. That is a very, very pretty product. And if you compare the 2, take down my mirror here, you can definitely see that we have a golden highlighter and that kind of champagne. All right, let's move to the eyes. And for that, we have our Tarte Jewel side, which will go over here. you have seen all those shadows swatched, and I'm reaching behind my mirror. I need to organize myself to grab a bunch of Rephr brushes that I brought out. Let's start with the Rephr number 15 in this shade right here. And these little guys do not appear to have names. Okay, and this is a really pretty pink blush shade. As I said, I cheated and I did put on my mascara already. And I'm just doing the whole eye with that. That's a really pretty shade. Same brush, why not, into this shade down here in the bottom middle. And I'm just putting that, I'm again staying completely matte and just putting that in the crease. Picking up a Rephr number 2, going into that same bottom shade, and just going under the eye a little bit and over. Let's try this matte shade too. Lately I really like the mattes, but I can't live without a little bit of glimmer. What a pretty eye look. Look at that so far. Wow. Okay, now we got a lot of glittery shades here. How about this little guy right here? Oh, that looks like wet lava on the eye. Oh, you guys. Oh, hello. Okay, how much is this palette again, you guys? Let me just check my notes here. This is $21? Okay, teeny itty bitty bit of fallout. What? Let's use this bottom shade here on a Rephr number 2. Okay, let me just. This palette is $21. This palette is sensational. That's beautiful. I like a lot of things. I don't know if you guys have heard me like something that much in a while, though. That is absolutely stunning. Look at how pretty that is. All right, now let's try the C Breezy eyeshadow palette, limited edition little guy. Starting with a Rephr 27, I'm going to go in with this shade here. And let's see if I like it as much. It's going to be tough to beat that, because remember, I'm also looking at the fact that that's $21. I mean, to travel with. And then you don't really care if something happens to it. Let's go, I mean you do, but you know what I'm saying. Let's go into this shade right here. A little bit powdery, but not in a bad way. And again, I am wearing this new Tarte mascara that they can't seem to keep in stock. Switching over to a Rephr number 2. Same shade under the eye and a little bit into the edge there. Wow. Now we got some pretty ones to choose from. Let's try this kind of brownish bronze shade. Yes, I will have 2 different eyes here. This palette is not as glittery as this one, but that's pretty. Okay. And then how about sneaking a Rephr number 12 right in here and doing that there and in the center. I might have gone in even with that little highlighter pen. And just to try it out, let's put that number 27 brush into this maroon shade here. Just to kind of try it out a little bit. Well, that's really pretty too. Okay, so I'm out of balance here because we have 2 different looks, but we have used all the products. I'm in love with this little jewel of a palette, the jewel palette. Wow. Okay, let me move my mirror, take down my hair. Okay, wow. Is it TMT? Is it too much Tarte? You guys are going to have to tell me. I have all of these products linked below. I am wearing everything Tarte. I even wore the concealer, which isn't really my favorite, but it might be yours because you know how concealers are. It's like a consistency situation. Wow. Jeez. All right, tell me what you guys think. Is it TMT? Is it too much Tarte? Or is this stuff just gorgeous and something's happening over at Tarte. They're working a little bit of magic over there. All right, you guys have to tell me your thoughts, please. I'm pretty darn impressed. Check out that video where I show you this bronzer. I was saying I thought the packaging was cheap, but I never got so many compliments as I did in that video on this glowing bronzer. Oh boy, Tarte. Woo! All right, tell me what you guys think in comments below. It's really important that I know what you're thinking and feeling. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. I sure hope that you did. Don't forget about super thanks and those links down below. Make sure that if you haven't already done so, you subscribe. I am almost to 10,000 subscribers and I can't do it without your help. Thank you so much. I hope to see all of you in the next video. Bye-bye.